Hello everybody and welcome or welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road. A bit like this Uber idiot who's definitely post-brain transplant surgery, but I'm sorry to say he's definitely showing symptoms of organ rejection. Or this mug who might be keeping his eyes on the Asda price, but that's about the only thing he is keeping his eyes on. Definitely in a hurry to get away that one. Thinks he's smart because he stole a couple of free samples. Or what about this demo version decision maker who's definitely the human equivalent of a warm pint on a hot day? What is it with all these donuts that just pull out without looking? Either they're blind, stupid, or they're working at an altitude which is a lot higher than they're normally used to, or all of the above. And just have a look at this pair of out-of-order escalators. The Range Rover in front, he starts indicating to the right, moves over to the right, the black car was behind him just keeps going. When drivers' egos and stupidity are bigger than an MP's excuse book, that's exactly the sort of thing what happens. Seriously, there was absolutely no reason for that accident to happen. Have a look at this pair of fish-brain philosophers. They achieved the perfect trifecta of putting wheelchair users, blind people with guide dogs, and mothers with buggies all in danger. There's people buried in graveyards with more mental activity than them pair. Now we all like sitting in traffic, but when you're a fully grown afterbirth, you drive a Merc and you've got a mental age what's lower than a slug's abdomen, just use the hard shoulder. Okay, so we're on board a 44-tonne truck, moving at about 55-60 mile an hour in the wet. Now look at the distance that Nick is keeping from the truck in front. Then watch this display of dangerous backwards driving from this Romac logistics truck, showing us all how to be a recklessly oblivious, mindless, arrogant crunt. If ever that mug goes to see a mind reader, he definitely won't be in there for very long. Now one thing I do know from years of driving cars, cabs, trucks and bikes, you've always got to expect the unexpected. A bit like this unstuffed scarecrow driving the Audi coming up the one-way street the wrong way. Now to be fair, we all make small harmless mistakes when we drive. But the mistake what that driver's parents made a few decades ago is anything but small or harmless. Now anyone who's got more intelligence than a leg of lamb knows to take it easy in these conditions, but when you're all gravy and no meat, you will come a cropper.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Hasta la vista, baby. What a thing of beauty. Driving like a Joe Blunt and it only affects himself. And there's another smooth brain Mercedes driver who doesn't give a toss about wheelchair users or anyone else apart from himself. In a battle of wits, he would definitely be a pacifist, out of necessity. Now there's a couple of ways to join a motorway. First is to build up your speed on your joining slip road, and when it's safe to do so, move to the right to the near side lane. Alternatively, if you're the sort of mug who lacks all direction in life and you're all compass and no map, just boot it, undertake everything what's on the motorway and just make sure you get in front. You, like me, have probably pondered the question many a time, spent hours thinking about it. Why is there so many simpletons driving amongst us and walking amongst us? Like this hapless halfwit, for example, who just pulls straight out. You see, we don't need people like that, but God does. Yeah, he needs them for miracle practice. Nothing lets people know that you're a backwards ship's anchor and your brain's actually as useful as a propeller on a shopping trolley, like overtaking on a zigzag at speed. It didn't slow down, not even when he passed that car which is nearest to the crossing. Just watch this bent spoon strategist. Look, swerving left, then right, then left again. Definitely looking at his phone, isn't he? Well, he should be looking at the car in front. His brain's got less storage space than a pound shop USB stick. And there's another driver who's obviously equipped with a clearance rack thought process, and he's definitely using all of that and every one of his 12 brain cells to go swiftly from lane 3 to lane 1 to negotiate all the middle lane campers. Let's have a look at a professional driver. The police, in fact, giving us a display of Class 1 driving skills by driving completely on the wrong side of the road. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good drivers out there, but seriously, there's a lot out there that are mentally stable as a papier-mâché RSJ. I mean, look at this blunt pencil, straight through the red light there. He's warm to the touch, got a pulse, but not other many attributes apart from that. Still, at least that last mug had a pulse. I don't think this next real damp firework you're about to see has even got that. The only attribute he's got is an IQ that starts with a minus. Sad sign of the times, isn't it? You need cameras in your car, you need cameras on your house, you need cameras everywhere because of idiots like that who just come and stripe your car up while it's parked up outside and as per usual, gone like a rat down a drain. There's the police forensic investigation van taking up 2 spaces in the Tesco's car park there. Best they want to dust that steering wheel for prints, find out who was driving, SpongeBob or Blackadder's Baldrick. Can we all just take a moment to admire the unwavering tenacity of this non-thinking steering wheel mover as he goes above and beyond to let everybody know that he's definitely in need of some sort of cranial electric shock therapy treatment. All joking aside, that should definitely be a lifetime ban right there. And here's another corpse with shoes on and no vital signs above the neck who definitely doesn't know what a give way line means. Okay, so here we have a bunch of normal, sane people waiting to turn left at this junction here. You can see the queue of traffic going back there. And also what comes into view. That's right, a BMW, obviously operated by some store brand Evolution reject, who absolutely positively must be in front at all costs. And no, this image isn't AI generated, he did actually stop at the red light. We've witnessed a miracle today, ladies and gentlemen. This is in Swallowfield in Berkshire, and this truck driver is trying to go over this old historic bridge, which I'm guessing has got a very small weight limit on it, to cross the River Blackwater for those of you who are familiar with that area. Now at this point, the wheels on the left-hand side of the trailer are actually over the wall and hanging over the water. And he was very lucky that trailer never ended up in the drink. And of course, as any professionally confused paint chip eater is going to do after damaging a historic bridge, you're going to be gone like a robber's dog. I'll put a link in the description down below for the news article relating to this. Guys, if you like what you've seen so far and I put a smile on your face, can you do me a little favour please if you haven't done it already? Just hit that little like and subscribe button down below because that helps me out. And also if the hype button comes up, press that as well because that helps me out too. Thank you. Okay, so there's 2 stars in this performance. The first one is the low capacity sap in the Tosla. The second one is Captain Oblivious there on the right. So the Tosla's already pulled off the motorway. Now this gimp with a baby on board sticker in the back does a little brake check because that's what you always do when you've got kids on board. Then Mr. Tosla just cuts back across the chevrons. In the land of the witless, that's the king and queen. This is a rare experience, getting to see through the eyes of a mentally dysfunctional driver. That's it, pull up to the giveaway line, make sure a car's coming and then pull out and hit it. The fog rolled in the day he was born. Obviously, some of it never rolled out. Okay, so here we are on the M4. Everyone's behaving themselves. Everyone's using their brain. Everyone apart from this BMW driver who's got the intellectual capacity of a pupating caterpillar. So close to the front of that truck. Have a look at this next backwards dipstick. You won't believe this one. Now, as you'll see, Steve's going to turn left into this side road. And also a cab is coming out of that side road. So what does SpongeBob's protege do? He's coming the opposite way on a bike with a kid on the back. He squeezes straight between them 2 cabs. That's exactly what he does. That mug is putting that child's life in danger. He's so slow, he was at least 4.5 before he got a birthmark. Oh yes, and here comes a Volvo driver using all of his 4.5 brain cells, going above and beyond to make sure that Mercedes drivers and BMW drivers get knocked off the podium of pile-ups. And they would all be proud of that Volvo driver overtaking round a bend on the brow of a hill. That unbuttered toast of a human is so dumb he thinks that Johnny Cash is a condom vending machine. So this massive div in a Golf has been tailgating him for about half a mile up the road. But now he sees the perfect place to overtake on the wrong side of the bollards, of course. This is what happens when you've got a brain as functional as a solar-powered torch. Staying on a similar theme, here's another one whose brain's so small it'll rattle round inside Action Man's cock ring. Ah yes, beautiful Wales, best known for Snowdonia, the Brecon Beacons, amazing castles, stunning natural beauty, and outstanding knob jockeys like that, who were so thick they'd managed to get locked in a room without a door. You know how it goes, you're driving along, you're minding your own business, the car in front stops at the zebra to let the person go across, but the non-reader behind you don't stop and causes a stupidity sandwich, thick as a rhino's foreskin. Oh look, there's one of them new BMW ambulances on trial. Look at that. He's probably gone there to give blood. I bet when he walked in they said, "What type are you?" He said, "Well, I'm easygoing, not too clever, and I like cats." This is where we are as a species. Yellow hatchings, big white letters, no parking. So what do? If brains are the seatbelts of intelligence, he's still flying through the windscreen. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. I put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a fantastic weekend and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.